and when it runs out, you can attack it and you don't get hit. So like characters like me, like I play, because the 3 heroes I got were Diablo, Raynor, and Tyrande, and I didn't want to play as any of them particularly. I don't really like Raynor because he's Terran. I don't really play as Terran in StarCraft. I play as Diablo a little bit because I'm probably like Diablo the most. Tyrande's a Warcraft hero, but like I choose Nova, who is, I liked her abilities the most. She's from StarCraft. She's a sniper. She can turn invisible all the time. Like when she's not in combat, she turns invisible. So how she plays is she goes out and is a ganker, which is where you ambush.
Gank.
Where you ambush the enemy heroes, and she takes out like them like 50% of the health like that. So if they're hurt, and you can get in behind them invisible and shoot them and kill them. Like, that's huge. So me going into a tower, I don't have a lot of health, and I get killed really easily. So when there's no bullets on it, like, I can take it down with my teams because I can't really team fight all that much.
Yeah.
And teamwork is huge in this game because experience is shared. So, like, when you die, like, you can still level up if your team gets a kill and stuff like that. So being able to play as a team is so crucial. And if your team is not good, you're not going to win.
It's typical. I mean, Dan, it's something that Dan has sort of complained about in the past about Blizzard is stripping, simplifying and stripping all the headache and dumbing down to a certain extent, but it strikes that perfect balance where they don't go too far where you're like, this is a stupid game. They go just to the point where it's like, I'm having so much fun with this, and it's everyone working together. And Heroes of the Storm anyway, it's everyone working together, and like it's a team effort, and like I'm being successful enough. And I don't think I would have had as good experience if we didn't win that online match.
We did win that match.
We did, like my first online match ever. I don't know what happened, but we won it. I was Lily, and I kept healing everybody, and it was great.
I was playing as Lily online. She's great.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just like all of that. Like me and my friends were playing online together. It was me and 2 other people that I know, and we were getting just destroyed. Like the first 3 maps, like we were competitive, but like after that, the next 3 we just got stomped, and we're like, it was really frustrating. But like it was like 11:30, and we're like, all right, we'll do one more, and we ended up winning that one, and it made the whole night like worth it.
Yeah.
And it feels so good.
Yeah. It's great.
And the community hasn't been bad either at all. Nobody's been mean. When we talked, nobody said anything.
Nobody said anything back to us.
And I said, "What's up, homies?" And nobody said anything.
I was all ready to drop my typical bizarre MOBA words that nobody had ever heard before.
Go top right, mid lane it all, or whatever, and stuff like that.
Whatever bizarre things.
And like when we play online, like even when we're getting stomped, like our teammates never really complained or anything. The only thing that was said is like, "Wow, this team's pretty good." That was like the extent of the interaction. Everybody says "good game" after it.
Yeah, I think because it's the accountability, it's not as obvious. Like you can't really tell who's really sucking it up until the end of the game when it like shows the stats.
Well,
you're like, look at this piece of shit.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, in this one they have takedowns instead of kills, and what takedowns are is it combines kills and assists.
Yeah.
So you can't really tell if somebody is not killing anybody because even if they get one hit in, they basically get a takedown.
Yeah.
So that helps like kind of skew it enough to like you're not. If like somebody's noob came in and was like had 5 deaths, but maybe they'll have 25 takedowns.
Yeah.
So that helped make it more
exactly.
And they keep a healing stat, so like Corey can heal somebody. I healed somebody for 100,000 in a game, like worth of like of hit points.
Makes you look real good.
Yeah, and I said this is my first time playing, so they were impressed.
I ate it right off the bat, but nobody knew. Like nobody, I don't think really. It doesn't really broadcast that you got killed, does it?
It does at the very top, but it'll just show your portrait at the spawn, and you'll be coming in.
Yeah.
And honestly, this feels like the most complete beta I've ever really played. Like I'm actually, I was like, I'm gonna be really upset if I spent $40 on this and didn't like it, but I love it. I've probably played 20 hours this week.
Wait, so
far.
what did the $40 get you that I didn't get?
Okay, so
Because
basically,
all I had was a beta code, and you spent $40.
the $40 got me Diablo, Raynor, and Tyrande for heroes.
Characters.
And, for unlock for the whole time.
Okay.
So they do
not just through the beta, but into launch.
Into launch, everything. Okay. I think everything you earn now goes into the launch. And I think they're gonna launch with 50 characters and like 12 maps, which is a lot. They have 30 characters.
So do you have to pay for characters when it comes out?
What they do is when it comes out, it's gonna be free to play. And what they do is they do a weekly rotation of free heroes. So like one week, like Vala, the demon hunter from Diablo, will be free. But the next week, I got Vala because I pre-ordered Diablo Reaper of Souls, so they gave me that for free too. So like she'll be free for the week, and then next week more heroes will be free. So you constantly get to play different heroes. You don't really have to buy any, but you earn coins through the game, and you can buy them with those coins. But you constantly get free heroes.
If you decide, oh, I really love Lily the healer, I need to play this character all the time.
It varies. The popular characters are 10,000 coins, which is $10. Lily was $4. I've seen one for $2. It all depends who you like to play as.
I mean, I'll give it a whirl when it comes out. I went as far as to Google Heroes of the Storm beta key and not look any further.
That's saying something with you.
Yeah.
You went that far.
I did go that far.
Yeah, I should say I snagged one and passed it on because I didn't know if Will had ended up getting in and stuff, so I passed it on to Corey.
Thank you very much, by the way.
It also gives me mounts. It gives me a unicorn, which is kind of cool. And then it gives me $2,500 or 2,500 coins in game. So that helps me work my way towards buying a hero. And as I said, I bought Nova because she had the coolest abilities that I liked. Yeah. I feel like there was another thing I wanted to bring up with it.
I'm 3-0.
Yeah, you're 3-0.
That's all I care about.
Queen.
But yeah, it's awesome. I honestly legitimately love the game.
I really enjoyed it. And you know what it is for me? And this is a stupid reason, but granted, I'm a stupid person.
Aren't we all?
There's no items.
Yeah.
And it takes away that one element that Dodo is big on.
Dumbed it right down.
Dumbed it right down for somebody like me, and I had a great time with it.
Me too.
Like,
yeah,
I didn't
that's
have
what
to
I like.
stress about, am I buying the right item? How do
And
I use it?
That's what
I don't know.
didn't like about Dodo was
Yeah.
like, I don't know what the fuck to buy.
Exactly.
The thing that it doesn't even replace it, but that's different is there's talents, and what they are is when you hit a certain level, you can pick, like, for example, Nova will have an ability where her Z attack will do more damage and have a reduced cooldown, and there'll be another option there, like you can pick between
It's like
2
a
to
skill,
4.
a very
See, that makes more sense to me
limited skill tree.
than items.
Yeah, exactly. It's much more, and it's not hard to do it.
Blizzard, man, they identify what people want and they give it to them.
I mean, it just seems like it.
There's
Makes sense.
There's 2 heroic abilities too. I imagine like with the game launches, like maybe they'll add more for characters, so you can pick 3 different heroic. You can only have 1, but you can pick from 2.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll add more. Also, there's like an overall player level, and then there's a hero player level. You can level your hero up to 10 is the highest, and then you unlock like skins and stuff like that for the different characters. That's like and different abilities, and then like the overall player level is like you get level 10. Here's some coins, like 2,000. So there's all these different things going on within a very streamlined, actually fun MOBA.
Amen to that, brother.
Yeah, I enjoy it. I love it. That's all I have to say on it.
Corey, is Smite a MOBA?
Yeah,
I think that's the one I'm looking forward to
it's a third-person MOBA.
for Xbox.
That one looks cool too.
Yeah.
I like the
I would
I
play
like the
some
characters for it.
I'd totally play some Smite.
Yeah. But I'll give Heroes of the Storm a whirl
Yeah.
when it's released and free to play.
Yeah.
Well, so I can get my hands on the beta key.
I've been signing up for keys to
If you get one,
give
I'll
out
take one.
because I don't like Polygon particularly, but they've been doing giveaways and I've been participating in them.
All right.
So
Well, if you get one, I'll give it a whirl. I'll play with you.
A lot of people that I follow on Twitch are giving them like 300 a day away, which is a lot.
If you see one, Dan,
I will
snag it.
pass it your way.
yeah, because it's really hard to get into right now. So like I've just been trying to get a bunch of keys so I can give them out to people because I want people to play with because I really like this game.
Okay,
So yeah, that's my spiel on
Heal.
Heroes of the Storm.
nice. Did you play anything else, Will?
That was it. That's been my week.
Okay.
Wow.
What do you got, Eric?
I only played one other thing, Dan, and I played it briefly. Hashtag iDarb for Xbox One from Idea Xbox. Now, I might get this wrong, but from what I understand, this game started online, maybe on Twitter. The developer showed a picture, I think, of a block and said, "What would you like this to turn into?" And it turned into this game, iDarb, which is an esport competitive game. You could do couch competitive, or you can do online competitive. So I played one game last night after I saw that it had gone free on Xbox One with gold. Free game for February. And so I downloaded it, and I fired it up and played a game online against a guy. Basically what it is at either end of the field, for lack of a better term. It kind of combines platforming with a sport like handball.
Okay.
Okay.
It's like pixelated graphics and stuff. Yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about.
So either side of the board, there's a goal. There's a red team and a blue team, and you compete to score goals with this like handball type of game. And there's very few controls. The only other control that I really used was I can't remember what it's called, but if you squeeze the trigger, it like lights your character up, and if you're next to the opponent, it will make him lose the ball. It kind of like hits him a little bit. But yeah, if you throw the ball into the goal, it's 2 points. If you walk the ball or jump into the goal, it's 1 point. So simple as that, and whoever scores the most wins. And it is a fucking blast. I had so much fun playing it, and I was really into it, like super into it. I think there was 4 quarters. First quarter I did really poorly because I didn't know what I was doing, but the second quarter I dominated the guy and took the lead. And then like during halftime, there's a halftime break, and you play this like asteroid type of game.
Oh, okay.
Where you shoot at each other. And then it goes back into the regular game for the third and the fourth quarter. But I'll tell you what. If you had some friends to play that with, like 4-player, 2v2, like just a drinking game or just a couch competitive 2v2 game, that is one of the better ones I think I have ever played. And just even 1 versus 1 online, I had a blast playing that game.
So when I download this, me and you can play against each other?
I think so.
I'm in.
Oh, man. The 4 of us really should get together. We'd have to find 2 more Xbox One controllers.
Yeah, I only got 1.
Right, I only have 1 also.
Wait, so it'd be like me and you on a team versus them on a team?
Right, yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, couch competitive. And let me tell you something. Man, that game was a blast. Like, I got into it, like super into it. I was like on the edge of my couch, like eyes to the television set, just into it.
When you score, you jump and go, yes.
Yeah, like when I pulled into the lead in the last quarter, he ended up beating me with like 5 seconds left. He scored a goal, but man, I was pretty fired up. It was a blast. I could see that getting very competitive.
Nice.
Yeah, like when you talked about it, it pretty much talked me into like as soon as I go home, I'm going to like download it.
Yeah, I mean it's free if you have Xbox Live, and of all the Xbox Live free games so far on my Xbox One, this is the one I've enjoyed the most. I've only played 1 match, but it was a blast.
Yeah.
If you've got some friends to play it with, it would be amazing. So
nice.
Highly recommend it.
Okay.
Yeah, check out videos at least online.
Yeah.
I started following the developer online. He doesn't have many followers. It's pretty kind of a cool thing. So
pretty small of a project.
Yeah, it's a real small project, but I think if people can get into it the way that I did, and I think they will, it'll blow up.
I heard good things about it from other places too.
Man,
so
it's fun.
It's good to get the reassurance.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really all I played, Dan.
Nice. What do you got, Corey?
I don't have much other than more Dragon Age. Kind of at the point now where all the game systems have been discovered, and I'm just kind of playing through the zones and just clearing all the content in them. It's a game I know I'm probably not going to go back to, so I'm just making sure to get through all the the entertaining quests at the very least, and just kind of experiencing all the content and everything like that. My feelings on the game are still the same.
How many hours do you think?
I think I'm over 80 at this point.
Really?
Yeah.
Holy crap.
Do you think you're close to the end?
A little bit of that time is idle time, like just my like AFK. But I don't know. I've cleared maybe 4 zones at this point. For the how many are there total? Maybe 7.
Yeah, 7, 8.
Yeah, I've cleared 4 of them. Just moving through everything. Yeah, my feelings are still the same on the game. Like, I've been forcing myself to read through lore and get more into the world and everything, so that's kind of keeping me going. It's just like every time I discover something, like I read something and there's more lore to add to that. So that's just my experience with the game. I still like it. It's still not a top 5 game for me, but I'm enjoying it and supplementing Dragon Age with Hearthstone. And now Dying Light.
Yeah.
So I got to get through Hearthstone or Dragon Age before I really go into Dying Light and everything. So hopefully I'll have it beat by next week. I don't know though.
If you're at 80 some hours, you still have to be close, even if you
you
do have idle time on there.
Killed 3 or 4 dragons at this point.
I think there's 8 or 10. 8?
There's 10.
Taking your sweet ass time.
Right? Yeah. Well, I want to. I want to experience all the content because I do like the game. I really do.
It's a good game.
It's just not.
It's no Dark Souls 2 though.
No, not a game of the year for me. That's been my life.
Fair.
Oh, I also I had a friend over this past week, Chris, from the forget what episode, our marathon
a
episode.
family member.
Our 4.5 hour
turns out.
episode or whatever. Yeah. I promised him I'd give him a little shout out. Shout out to Chris and
Hi, Chris.
Utica.
What up, dude?
No.
He just added me to play Hearthstone, by the way.
He came over last night and we talked about Hearthstone for like 4 hours. It was great.
Just talked about
Just
it.
strategy, just cards. It was great.
I didn't know he was a big Hearthstone.
Oh
guy.
yeah, I got him into it. Yeah.
When?
Recently?
recently?
Yeah.
We'll get him back into Guild Wars.
I asked him
Oh,
about it. He
okay.
said yeah, he's in.
Nice.
So there's one for us.
Excellent.
So it'll be fun. But yeah, we played Smash Brothers, which I hadn't played in 3 or 4 weeks.
I'm always wanting to fire my Wii U back up
Yeah.
to play Mario Kart or Smash Brothers.
Yeah.
I'll never trade those games in.
We had a decent time. Like, it was fun, and then we tried to do some of the events and just got demolished. Like, we didn't even come close to winning any of them. So we booted up Mario Kart, and he really enjoyed it. He's like, "This is the most fun I've had playing a video game in a while." And I was
It's a
like,
great game.
"Yeah, that's why it was on my list of best games of last year."
Yeah.
We had a good time playing Mario Kart for sure.
Nice.
So, great game.
Uh-huh.
I really got to use the bathroom.
Yeah. Well, I think we're all set. We're going to take a break and be right back with feedback right after this. Right after the pee break.
Nice, homie.
I had to pee like 10 minutes ago.
Yeah, I've had to whiz for a while,
You
too.
are some sort of pussy.
Yeah, dude. I have no bladder.
When I have beer, I have to pee every, 10 minutes.
Oh man,
Are we going to Taco Bell tonight or no?
we can. Yeah. Just because I'm not eating doesn't mean we can't.
All right. Well, you're driving, so I just don't.
Should I just go for it?
What?
Get Taco Bell.
You know your money situation better than I do.
Let's give it a little look-sees. Eric,
Yeah.
how fast would I get hired if I applied?
I don't know, to be honest with you. It's a process. There's 3 interviews. Phone interview. Yep. Then you come in and interview with HR, and then you come in and interview with the department manager.
That's insane.
Okay, what am I gonna be asked?
That's why they don't have.
It's easy.
That's why they don't have any employees, right?
Like, why do you want to work
Doesn't-
here?
I
Doesn't
don't know, to be honest.
doesn't that seem like overkill though? For
Oh, it's super.
No, it
overkill,
definitely
man.
does.
For working at a
for
grocery store?
Part timer.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
If they ask me why do I want to work here, can I just be like, I just need a job?
Don't say that.
Don't say that. What am I
They
gonna
want to
say?
hear the
Talk
bullshit.
about
They
why
want to
you-
hear the bullshit answer.
Why you want to provide incredible customer service?
God, that's stupid. If does anyone buy that? Like when you give that for an answer, do they
Really?
buy it?
Wait,
Like if say they say, okay, why do you want to work here? Will said some BS
oh no
about
no. If they would ask you what makes you want to go the extra mile to deliver incredible customer service.
Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
honestly don't know how I would answer that.
Like
I'm in the same boat, Will.
I think of myself like if I was interviewing this person, I know they're talking out of their ass when I ask that question.
My
like,
God, yes.
come
Dan.
on.
Like, I'm gonna have.
I don't
this-
take that stuff seriously when I do
It's
interviews.
such a joke.
Are you kidding me?
I judge people based on how I feel they are
Yeah.
as a person, not as the bullshit that they've given me
Yeah.
when I interview them.
Bullshit.
So
I like to cut right through that.
Yeah.
And I don't like to fuck around. I told the one girl last time I interviewed, I told her, I said, listen, I don't usually do this, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm going to hire you. It's the best interview I've ever had.
So wait, if I went under what you do, you would interview me.
Not necessarily.
Could be one of the other managers, right?
Yeah.
How are you gonna provide the extra mile for customer service?
What makes you want to go the extra mile?
Just really dedicated to grocery store.
Can I say that? I'm really
no.
dedicated
Function.
to grocery store function. What do you respond with that, man?
Sounds like
what do
you're
you say to
feeding
that?
me bullshit.
Yeah, just bullshit it, Will.
Because I know what I want to say.
What do you want to
Bullshit
say?
it.
I just want to say I need a job. Hire me.
Did you fall over?
What?
Did you fall over?
Fall over where?
Over here.
No.
All right.
That's a good answer.
5 kids. It's just stuff like that. I mean,
Corey, what did I do? Did I do something
Tell
stupid?
me about a time that you had a conflict with another individual and how did it work out?
Man, this is gonna be fun. I can't take things seriously. That's my issue. So when I'm in an interview, I'm gonna be like snickering.
I remember playing Halo with a bunch of old men.
The camera fell over. Corey knocked the fucking
did I
camera
do
over,
that?
you schmutz.
Oh, piss.
Yes.
Or you're cut off. No more beer.
Yeah.
I'm surprised how involved
Are there any
that
angles
is.
we don't want people to see?
Yeah, my
My
receding
nutsack.
hairline.
Your receipt. Look at my fucking hairline.
Eric, I'm 20 and this
Suck
is
it
already
up.
just
Look at-
going away.
Well, look at the glare off of the top of my head right now.
Shut
Look
your
at-
fucking lips.
Are you seeing this?
Yeah, there it is. Yeah.
Makes me feel old just hanging out with you two.
Meanwhile, Will's younger
How
than
we
you.
doing, Dan? How's it?
I don't know.
I'll fire it up, you big
I'm gonna use the bathroom.
Oh, you know what? I can look actually.
You big puss.
do.
The feed.
That's terrible. You've only got Dan and Will in the shot. What kind of cameraman are you? Oh my god, Corey.
Let me do it.
Wait,
You fucking drunkard.
about there.
He is a. It's right where you had it before. God damn it.
That's pretty good.
This is a little behind the scenes of the Thumbstick.
Yeah, behind the scenes of how it all comes together.
That's what happens. You have a few
Yeah.
cocktails.
Jake says you should control like a paranormal movie.
Found footage.
That would be great.
Yeah,
We should do
Riz
a-
mentioned found footage.
We
Dan.
should do a recut, like a recut version of this.
Riz
podcast.
said an alien's gonna pop in the scene and eat our faces. This
Oi.
is some B-roll here.
Oi.
How good is T-Bell gonna be tonight?
It's gonna be great.
God damn it.
I want a burrito full of rice.
I lost 3 pounds recently. There that goes.
Gain them back, bro.
I mean, I don't really have a
We
choice
did spend
tonight.
$20 on booze. At
You
the
did.
Bar. You did close to that.
Close, yeah. The American honey was flowing tonight.
It sure was. It felt good.
It
was
did.
good. I needed that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I need to drink
All
too.
sorts of stressed out.
Yeah? All stressed out, are you?
Yeah.
Ready, Dan?
Not. It's a different kind of stressed out.
Yeah.
Yeah. Different.
Are you just a stressed person?
I never used to be. That's what's weird about it. I never used to be. Recently, I'm always stressed out about everything.
Oh my god, Jake just pointed out that our beer cans, the masks look like aliens. And
Oh, really?
they do. If you look on the stream, Dan.
Yeah, they do.
They really do. They look like the South Park aliens.
Oh, it does. That's awesome.
They're hockey masks. That is awesome.
Do you have any liquor?
Maybe over if you look on top of the fridge over there. I'm not sure if I have any left over. You
I'm
guys
not-
might have finished
I'm
it
not
last
gonna
time.
let you drink alone. There's
That's all I
liquor.
wanted to hear.
Jesus, you looked
We
at
got
me.
one more segment.
Feedbacks.
Feedback question of the week.
I got a brew beer.
Is that tomorrow?
Nope, Sunday.
Scott invited me over.
Yeah, you should come.
It depends. I gotta talk it over with the missus.
What?
What do you mean what?
McGillicuddy's apple pie?
Trying not to get divorced again if you don't mind, Corey.
Make it an effort.
If you don't.
Yeah, putting in an effort this time if you don't mind.
McGillicuddy's apple pie.
Yeah, I mean whatever.
Or,
Corey, don't yell over there.
Yeah, kids are sleeping.
It's right
in the
underneath
asshole.
Marlo's room.
God, he's such a
Probably.
God, he's such a jerk. Insensitive.
And his yelling is making me yell.
come on, you guys. I'm a nice person.
You are nice.
You are a very nice person.
No, nice person.
Where did this come from? Did I buy this?
Who's there?
I think so.
Probably.
When?
It's been in the fridge, I think, for a long time.
Like 6 of those to equal it one shot.
I wouldn't say this is the hard stuff, Riz. It's
Apple pie McGillicuddy's.
21% alcohol by volume. Not the hard stuff. We don't have any of that.
A couple of clean
wish-
shot glasses.
Wish
for
we
the
did.
gentlemen.
I wish we did have the hard stuff.
Those were both really stuck to the table.
That's
I had
fine.
to really
Pry 'em off.
put some weight into it.
Did you
to
grab
pry 'em off.
the crowbar? Look it up on YouTube how to pry them off of the
Pry sticky shot glasses off your wooden table.
stuck on shot glass. Here's a solution.
I think I have gloves on.
It's fucking cold, dude.
It is chilly down here, but
God, I'm always freezing my balls off no matter where I am.
Dan?
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. Will?
Nope.
Interested in some apple pie?
Pass.
I may go get another brew.
What's your favorite dessert?
Will you like apple pie?
I do like pie.
Well, this here is intense apple pie.
That's quite the selling point. Intense apple pie.
It's from a doctor, so you know it's okay.
The good doctor.
Dan, you weren't at the bar, so you don't know this, but ran into Kyle today. Here's to Kyle Seymour.
Here's the same one. We gotta get him
How's
on
he
this
doing?
podcast.
No, we don't.
How's he doing?
Yeah.
Big.
No, we do. We need more guests.
He's going back in the Navy, he thinks.
Really?
Wants to make a career out of it. Wants to be a leader, a mentor, to develop people. Can you imagine?
No.
No.
Dan says it as nonchalantly as ever. No.
No, good for him though. I mean, if that's what he wants to
Yeah, good for him.
That's what I said.
do. Yeah.
Was that juice you just gave me, Eric?
Right?
Yeah, it tastes like
Juicy
juice.
juice.
We should probably do another one.
All right. Sure.
I'm gonna go get a brew.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we're big enough to have a meet and greet. What our fans.
We got a long way to go.
We got a long way to go, but it'll be fun.
We could just do it anyway.
We could. I mean, we'd have all of
PAX East.
5 or 6 people there.
You know that?
Yeah.
I would love to go to PAX East, Dan. Every year we talk about it.
You gotta plan ahead. Like
It's on Easter.
No, 1 year it was on Easter.
This is a dumb year. That was the year we were gonna do it.
That was the year we were gonna do it, and we saw Corey can't handle hard stuff. You're damn right he can't.
Let's be fair here. I hold my liquor pretty well.
Nice.
Just bottle it up inside and
Here's to honor.
let it
If
fester.
you can't stay in her, stay on her. If you can't come in her, come on her.
Honor's a nice woman.
Eric's a magician with words.
I know a girl named Honor.
Yeah.
I knew
She works at Wegmans.
I knew
Everybody
a
work at Wegmans?
I knew a woman named Patience.
Named what?
Patience?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Stripper.
No.
Oh.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know, think about it.
Diamond.
All right, shall we?
Diamond.
All needs just a little patience.
Put it on.
Nah, Dan's gonna fire it up.
All right, here we go.
Wait.
No. 5, 4, 3. I want to get upstairs and play Dying Light.
Oh, so you're trying to get rid of us.
Yep.
I don't.
5,
I wanna
4,
play Oz.
3, 2, 1. Welcome back, everybody. Episode 184 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. We are now in feedback. Feedback / question of the week. Combined segment. I mean, I guess during the break I probably could have called this up, but I didn't. So I'm going to call it up right now.
Amen to Dan.
Luckily,
Calling
this
up the feedback.
yeah,
Dan?
this thing's a lot faster than the iPad. So
And,
no.
I apologize if I missed any feedback. I put it together while I was drunk.
We've had a few cocktails tonight.
Apologies.
Indeed. Apparently, there's not an app that I can use to open
What are you trying to open?
feedback.
I sent it to your email.
Yeah.
Chris Stewart scores again, driving that price up.
Yes, he is.
Little hockey talk.
Yeah, he is driving that price up,
He's
isn't
been
he?
scoring a lot.
First round pick?
Yeah, he knows. Trade deadline's coming.
Nashville's gonna give us a first round pick for him.
Yep.
Somebody.
And he's going to do nothing for them.
As long as we don't give up any of our young forwards.
You can keep him.
Philip Forsberg for
Yeah.
Chris Stewart.
We're only interested
That'll
in
never
draft
happen.
picks, Dan.
I bet Washington's kicking themselves for that.
Yeah, right? For the Philip Forsberg trade?
Martin
Yeah.
Rat.
That's crazy.
Martin Rat.
Rat.
Did you send it to my Gmail?
No, Hotmail. I always send it to your Hotmail.
Fancy
why.
tablet man.
How dare you?
Fancy tablet, man.
I'm unprepared, okay?
These cans are kind of scary.
They are. For those that don't know, we're drinking Labatt Blue Light, and they feature USA hockey masks on them.
But they're frightening.
Right. Well, we have Jim Craig, who was the USA hockey goalie in 1980.
1980.
And it was just pretty much a straight up like Jason from
Yeah.
what movies is he in?
Elm Street?
Friday the
Nightmare on Elm
13th.
Street? Friday the 13th?
No,
One or the other.
Freddy's on Elm Street. Friday the 13th is Jason, except it has 2 4-leaf clovers on either side of each eye. But if you look at it from the live stream, it just looks like an alien from South Park.
Yeah, and the fucking nostrils are terrifying.
Yeah.
Wait, did you say Freddy's on Friday the 13th?
Yeah. Freddy Krueger.
I feel like we got that wrong when I went over
We
that
did.
game.
That's why I know it's right this time.
Oh, okay.
Eric fact-checked himself.
Eric made sure this time.
Okay. Now we're ready.
I hope I'm right about that.
You said it so declaratively that I believe it.
Right.
All right, so Facebook. Oh no Facebook. This is from email. From Idaho Jake says, "Hey guys, I just rage quit Dead Rising 3, so I took it and Madden 15 and traded them in for Dying Light, and I'm glad I did. I think this game is going to be the best zombie game ever. So far, the only complaint I have is the controls are hard to get used to. Other than that, I love drop kicking zombies in the face. I highly recommend it. My 4 in February, for my 4 in February." Have to put down Dying Light to beat Dust, Call of Duty campaign, Metro 2033, and Last Light.
Nice.
So that's the Metro series.
Yeah.
That's a great series.
That is a great one.
So good. I get a lot of. Do you guys get a Metro vibe a little bit from Dying Light? I kind of do.
I didn't play Metro as much as you guys did.
Maybe
Just
the
like
story
walking
a little
around the
bit.
towers, especially like you kind of get a Metro.
Oh yeah.
Because it's like empty, sort of, and
Yeah,
desolate.
I could
it's like
see
people
that.
there hanging out doing things.
Oh,
A little
the survival.
downtrodden.
Yeah.
The survival. I could see that.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
I got a big vibe.
I'm telling you, it's a lot like Mirror's Edge.
Well, Techland, it's a Polish developer too. I wonder how much that
Yeah.
has to do with that.
Could be. Moving on, Ryan in Iowa. This goes way back to when I was younger, maybe right after high school, but I remember seeing articles and ads for Nintendogs. I just remember rationalizing how dumb that game looked and how pointless that would be, thinking, oh, they should just give a copy of that dumb dog game to kids and families that go to the pet store or the Humane Society that aren't responsible enough to take care of an actual dog. I know a few people that aren't good with pets in general and just need a silly video game animal instead of an actual pet. In my mind, a perfect world would have a family go to the Humane Society, pick out a dog, and before the family signs the dotted line for Fido, they bring in each individual family member into separate investigation rooms, and if mommy or daddy or little Billy fails, they get brought into the lobby and then handed a copy of Nintendogs. And the officer says, sorry, try again in 1 year when you have a little more free time, and little Billy finds that responsibility he was lacking. That's my image of perfect America.
Aw,
That was touching.
Nintendogs.
I feel moved.
By the way,
Yeah.
that's the most annoying assistant trophy in the new Smash.
Yeah, it's pretty annoying.
Which one?
The Nintendogs, it just comes up on screen and paws at the screen and nobody can see.
It's pretty funny though.
It's fucking obnoxious.
It's funny. The first time it happens,
It's cute.
I was playing with Chris the other night, and it was the first time it happened to him. And he's like, "What is this?"
Yeah, like you almost think it's like a glitch.
Yeah.
Like, wait, there's a dog.
You're just messing it up.
It's really funny.
But I agree, there are some people out there that just shouldn't have pets.
Yeah,
Definitely.
Amen to that. My girlfriend works at an animal shelter, and yes,
That's terrible.
yes.
I don't even want to talk about
yeah, I
that.
couldn't
I'll get
do it.
depressed.
Tito in LA. Hey guys, I picked 3 games to beat in February and would like the podcast host to try and come up with a 4th for me to play.
Hell yeah.
It could be any game you think I would like. I'd be willing to buy it. I got some money saved up. The 3 games I've chosen: Dust and Elysian Tale, Valkyria Chronicles, Spec Ops: The Line. I've played some Valkyria Chronicles and Spec Ops a month ago. I played some Valkyria Chronicles and Spec Ops a month ago from a Steam sale. I'll go into detail about them in a later message. Dust is just awesome. I need to beat it. I can choose from a list of games you guys recommend for my 4th game to beat. Thanks.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
He's putting the pressure on. I'm glad he I'm glad he has Valkyria Chronicles on there. I would pick that for all 3 of you.
I hate myself for forgetting that.
It's a really good game.
I knew I forgot a game.
I'd like to try that.
As I said, I didn't put it on my list because I knew I'm going to play it at some point, definitely this year. So
yeah, I think Tito's into like a little bit of anime, Miyazaki kind of thing.
Tito a Dark Souls guy?
Valkyria.
I know, but is Tito a Dark Souls guy?
Is Tito in chat right now?
He was earlier. I don't know if he's still here.
Well,
Nah,
okay, so
maybe.
let's base it on like what we don't know.
Well, here's the thing:
what's the game?
If he hasn't played Dark Souls 2, that's what I want him to play.
Yeah, that's a good pick.
You know,
Yeah,
good stuff, meaty.
yeah,
It's gonna put some time in.
yeah.
Great.
Sure.
The mystery.
I would put Terraria forward.
No.
Yeah, because
beat?
honestly,
Terraria's fun with other people, though.
I'll play with him.
Yeah.
No, I know,
play
but
too.
Will and I'll boot it up and play
But-
again. I don't care.
Let me know.
But really,
Yeah, I probably would.
for the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I
No,
probably
you
would.
wouldn't.
I really like Terraria. It's good. It's in my top 5 favorite games
I know it is, but
of all time.
wait, Tito. Tito says no. I don't know. I don't know what he means.
Well, we gotta. All right. He's asking us to pick games. Doesn't matter what they are. I don't know what he's played.
Yeah. So that's going to be a concern. But I mean, if you
That is a concern.
dismiss.
What would you pick, Dan? What do you have in
He's
mind?
in the chat.
All right. I mean, it's gonna be PC.
Right.
Because
He has a good PC.
He's got a good PC, bigger library. You know what? I'm gonna call it my Steam library right now and have a look. Let's see what I have that I think Tito would like.
This War of Mine.
No,
See,
That's
something
not
like that,
to
That's
beat,
too hard
not
to beat. Yeah.
I want to say Dark Souls 2. I really do.
All right.
You know?
Yeah, I'm kind of there on that.
All right. It's game of the year last year.
I'm trying to think. I don't know, dude. That's a rough one to assign to somebody, though. You know,
It is, but I mean, it's attainable. Plenty of people have beaten it.
Sure.
He wants a list. I think we should each pick a game. He wants a list. My pick is going to be Dark Souls 2. So the 3 of you need to pick a game now.
Tito, Saints Row the Third.
Oh yeah, good pick.
Saints
or,
Row.
or the 4th.
I'm gonna go with the third.
Dan says the 3rd.
Really? Why? Over 4?
Yeah, I like the third better than 4.
Really?
Yeah.
Tito,
hell's the
Saints
matter
Row
with
the
you?
3rd.
That's what I'm saying.
What say you on Saints Row the 3rd?
I'll go.
Riz in the chat dare say Starbound instead of Terraria.
The problem with Starbound, and this is the problem I've had with the game, is I can't wait to play it, but I'm waiting for it to go into.
It's not out yet.
Finished product.
Yeah, get out of beta.
Big update though. They added a new race.
It's still not out.
No, it's probably not.
Yikes. I assume Tito has played Bioshock Infinite.
That's what I just.
Yes, he
looked
has.
at.
Dark Souls 2 is a really good pick, Eric.
We should go with that, boys.
I'm just looking through my Steam library here.
That's what I had to do.
Trying to find.
Corey, I have
something.
more games than you do.
I mean, Hotline Miami. I feel like everybody should play.
That's a great game.
Yep, just because it's so out there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, if you're talking indies, the Banner Saga would be a good one too. I don't
Yep.
know if Tito played the Banner
Yep.
Saga.
Good one.
That was one
Banner
of my
Saga's
favorites
a
from last
great
year.
suggestion.
So, you gonna do Banner Saga, Dan?
No, I'm sticking with Saints Row the Third.
Okay.
If he hasn't played it,
All right.
obviously.
I'll go Hotline Miami.
Okay. Will?
Because I'm distraught that I didn't put Valkyria Chronicles on mine, I'll just go with Banner Saga because it was recommended.
All right. So
Good
Banner
choice.
Saga, Saints Row the 3rd, Dark Souls 2, and Hotline Miami.
Yep.
Those are your 4 to pick from.
Yeah, if we have to re-choose, let us know, and we can do that real quick while we're reading the other feedback. Where was I? Oh, the next one's for you, Corey.
That's a good list. That's a good list to pick from. What am I doing?
You're reading the one from Ryan.
Oh, wait. Do I have it?
It's in our email.
Did you send it to me?
It's in an email.
No.
Just go on our email.
Criminy.
He said cool.
Help me out. Where is it?
It's in our email.
Is it in the feedback folder or is it just
Yeah.
an email? It's in the feedback folder.
Check the email.
Oh my gosh. Special request. Okay. Firstly, thanks to Corey for putting his podcast villain hat aside and attempting to be Mr. Nice Guy and reading my feedback.
Hold on. We should say Ryan requested that Corey read this email.
Did I put my villain hat aside?
No.
Yeah.
I think you just agreed with Ryan's opinion.
I still don't think you're a villain.
Okay. Thanks, Will.
I'm on your
Well,
side.
I mean, I wouldn't say Corey's a villain, but he most often has the opposing point of view.
He plays devil's advocate.
Yeah.
Because it makes for an interesting podcast.
Exactly.
you
No,
guys.
Corey, I'm not arguing.
We're not saying it's not for the better.
I'm glad you do.
Corey, I think you're a great person.
Anyway, even though I requested it, laugh out loud. Just kidding. But namely, I wanted to personally inform him and the rest of the listeners and of the athletes that Corey has officially broken me and forced me to turn aside my joking harshness for him as the podcast villain and his usual counterpoint arguments, because in the most recent episode, I found myself actually agreeing with him and not just slightly nodding my head, but wholeheartedly agreeing and seeing Corey's point about No Man's Sky. I'm sure we will have to fully wait and see later in the year or maybe next year if the game comes out then, but I think Corey said it best. I don't necessarily buy that whole make your own fun thing. The idea of creating adventure and exploration does sound wonderful and promising, and for me, one of the biggest draws to me in most open world games, starting with all the Assassin's Creed games and all those adjectives do draw me to No Man's Sky, but I am very nervous and hesitant that the game will run out of activities and overall objectives to complete the game or even planets. It just sounds and so far looks like it lacks structure to be a fun game that makes exploration fun and meaningful. I feel my gameplay as a gamer, I need something to do, I need that structure, and I find it hard to make my own fun. I am a fairly big completion, and I want to be given tasks
Completionist.
instead of me just going around and checking things out on my own accord. I get frustrated in some games recently, as was Destiny and Black Flag, but when I go into areas and look for items and treasures and there's nothing there, that's a pain and frustration and a waste of my time. I'm nervous No Man's Sky will have too much space, but not enough items or creatures or just interesting things in those giant planets or the vastness and voids of space. Granted, all this sounds great and could be great and impressive and memorable, and I am sure it will tickle my exploration fix and maybe tickle it for a while, but there's a lot of maybes. But I feel like it will be one of those games that is fun, cool, and impressive, but my biggest worry is that all those good adjectives will just drop off and the replay value and long-term impression will fall short. Much like Corey nailed with most of the points, and thus I had to agree with him finally. Just kidding. Yeah? No? Maybe? That was kind of my opinion on the whole thing.
Yeah.
That was.
Right?
I want to save my retort to that until you read the next part.
Okay. I think Corey and I want the game to be successful, but just nervous and cautious that after a few weeks it will fall flat and not live up to even the podcast hype, let alone the intense hype on the internet and Reddit. Anyways, we can all continue to hash it out more and more as we have more details about objectives and combat and ways the game will be interactive and most importantly fun. But obviously time will tell. For sure, it is one of the most anticipated games of the year or next, and for different anticipation reasons, makes it all the more interesting to talk about. Yay?
Yeah.
Should I keep reading?
Next part.
We're moving on from that? We're already moving on from No Man's Sky?
Yeah, because I think he talks about H1Z1 next, and I want to tie that all together.
Okay.
So, yeah, we did a pretty good. We talked a lot about No Man's Sky last episode.
We did.
Yeah.
Our opinions and whatnot. In regards to your last episode and all the talk of Valentine's Day plans and as games go, Valerie and I will probably do a little bit of everything, including trying to knock out some Little Big Planet 3, and we are close to finishing Child of Light. Her and I watch more TV than most of ya all. Hell, we could just be lame and pass out holding each other's heads up, watching some dribble on the tube. I do that a lot. I watch some dribble on the tube. But I might take everyone up on the cooking dinner idea instead of the craziness that is Valentine's dinner out in public. Amen to that. Always a pain and the waiting around and just overall disappointing. Much like those years where you think it is a good idea to do New Year's Eve night out on the town, which my roommate Valerie and I just beat all that nonsense and just to host a New Year's Eve party, and it is 100 times better. Amen to that. Huh? Do your own thing. You don't need to go out. It's silly.
I agree.
Yep.
Yeah.
Corey, is that the end of his Valentine's Day paragraph?
Just give me a minute. If I know Dan and Eric, they have some words to say about those kind of nights and how much they suck, and just try to avoid them altogether. Try and learn from the best. Will?
Yeah. You got two great role models here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Valentine's Day?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think last week we touched on this. I suggested to Valerie that she have Ryan cook for her, and he said he would perhaps take us up on that.
Hell yeah.
So, Ryan, what I will do for you, my friend, I don't know if you're cooking on a budget or not, but I'm going to send you a couple of my favorite things as if you're not cooking on a budget, because they're fairly expensive. But I'll tell you what, if you do it correctly, it's sublime. I think what I'll send you is how I like to cook a good steak. But the key is you need a cast iron skillet. You can get one fairly cheap. I have one.
Salvo.
$20, right?
Yeah. I got one 20. I would say $20-$30. Yeah. But I mean they're good forever.
Yep.
You just got to
as long as you take care of it.
You got to take good care of it. But man, it cooks a damn good steak. Or I think I'll also send you a recipe I have for scallops. That'll work out nicely for you also.
That sounds yummy.
You gotta cook scallops just right.
Yeah.
So
I hate when they're chewy.
Yeah.
Real chewy.
Exactly. So if you're at all worried about not cooking scallops right, I would maybe steer clear of that one and maybe just go for a couple of good strip steaks.
Oh yeah. I always make penne and arrabbiata sauce for the wife on Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
it's kind of my specialty.
My fiance really likes how I cook a steak on the cast iron skillet.
Yeah,
so
she likes that.
Yeah, so I'll get in touch with you about that stuff.
On to 4 in February. Honestly, I do not know if I will be doing it this year. Normally, I use it as a reason to knock out some games I have hesitated on or just forgot about, or maybe a cheap game I picked up and lacked the drive to play. But I have been in such kick of Dragon Age and Destiny, I seriously don't feel as if smaller games or a fictional objective I placed on myself will break me of those 2 time consumers. Amen to that. Like, I'm so consumed in Dragon Age right now. Destiny, I still haven't played that, so I don't really know. The game that I might drive into may be Dying Light, because I've had that on my radar for months, and the look and playstyle are right up my alley and comfort zone. Hopefully Eric and Will grab Dying Light for PS4, and we could do it up together sometime. I hope all of you guys find a few games this year that you can multiplayer it up with us listeners. This request means you as well, Dan.
I know. I do have to be better about that. I actually once my wife got a new computer is getting a new computer for school, so my computer is going to be moved back down here permanently. I only move it down here when we record. So I'm going to start streaming more and playing games with people more.
Cool.
Once it gets down here, it's hard when it's up there because I can't talk or anything. So
sure,
I would love to play Dying Light. I think co-op.
Co-op would be fun.
So yeah, Ryan, if you do get it, which I think you probably will, it sounds like.
Yeah.
If you see me on playing or whatever, just hit me on Twitter or whatever, and we'll see if we can get together. There'd be a lot of good times to be had.
Absolutely. As one of the regulars, yes, you are, Ryan. It really adds another great element and dimension of your podcast, and honestly helps us promote your podcast in the form of, check these guys out. They're a cool, informative video game podcast, and you can probably catch them on whatever console or PC and play this, that, and the other with them as an example. Amen to that. Tito, who hasn't checked in with this update yet, but Eric tells me that there's some good success with the Destiny raid.
Yeah, Tito completed the new Destiny raid, Crota's End, with a full group of Thumbstick Athletes clan members.
Hey,
that's brilliant.
Yeah.
Tito,
right?
well done, buddy.
Round of applause.
Amen to that.
He sent me a screen capture of it, which I then saved to my hard drive and tried to share to our Twitter, and it won't let me. And I don't know why.
It's probably there's probably some
It's
weird
some
DRM.
bullshit, yeah. So Tito's said he's going to try and upload it to a Thumbstick drive and then put it up that way. So
That would be awesome.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
That's
So,
really cool.
Congrats, man, and we also appreciate that.
Yeah, that's awesome.
For sure, definitely. My roommate wanted me to introduce him to Eric on PS4 after I mentioned he was a skilled multiplayer in Destiny.
That's weird.
And Eric would have been much more of a challenge than myself in PvP as a real life example. Eric is, I think we regularly agree that Eric is the online gamer of us.
The best.
For sure.
Yeah.
The challenge.
Yeah, Will's probably the
for
best.
us.
I'm probably the most willing.
I don't know about that.
Will's better than me at most online games.
That sounds like a challenge. Fuck.
What's the challenge? I've already conceded victory to him.
And I conceded to him, so like what?
That means you have
what
to
the
fight it
challenge
out.
is. Yeah, you gotta figure it out. That said, if any other listeners are still doing Destiny and want to meet up or clan up, please shoot me a line on. My name is Greenbow4. I know Tito has also been hitting up Destiny hard, and I don't want to give out his PSN name and without his permission, but I am sure you can find him if you get in touch with me and him and Thumbstick. We talked about that a little bit already. Don't worry, Eric. It is still going strong till you get the used copy and come back for the next DLC, which should be dropping sometime in March. Eric, are you coming back?
I want to.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was rumors of that like Game of the Year type of edition that has all the DLC included.
PC release, hopefully.
Yeah, I do want to go back to Destiny because I've said many times on here I really enjoyed my time with Destiny.
Sure.
It's just such a time sink, and when you're on a podcast like this, you got to kind of move on to the next thing. So
Sure.
it's tough, but I do want to go back to Destiny at some point. I'd like to beat the raids just to say I did them.
Yeah.
You know?
Sounds like that's where the fun is at, right?
Yeah, the raids are supposed to be awesome.
Yeah.
And I'd love to play them with everybody.
Sure.
So that would be a good. I mean, I played Destiny with some listeners before. I had a blast. So I'd like to get back into that at some point and do the raid with everybody.
I'm sure I will still suck at PvP, and you can whoop on me. Speaking of Eric, man, you nailed it with this H1Z1. I haven't even played it yet, but I have watched several hours of Twitch players, and it looks nearly perfect. It has an awesome State of Decay and DayZ feel, and just the openness and exploration of the whole world really gets your imagination going.
Is that all he said about H1Z1?
Yes.
I should mention I played this for like 4 hours too. I completely forgot that I played it.
Hopefully No Man's Sky follows the same vein, but I've noticed one of the cool things about the game seems to be the other player interaction. Friendly or foe, doesn't matter. Either are great and fun and sometimes funny. Eric nailed it with this initial thoughts. I can't wait to do it on PS4 and hopefully sooner rather than later.
Yeah, I played some more H1Z1, which I also didn't talk about. I actually kind of forgot about it.
Yeah.
I played with one of Will's buddies, Johnny, who I guess is a buddy of mine too, but more Will's buddy.
Yeah.
Him and his brother. We spent a lot of our time just trying to find each other in the world. We finally did find each other in the Pleasant Valley, which is like the big city, at least the biggest city that I found in there. And we just I followed a dude, and we were both headed to Pleasant Valley to meet up with friends, and we did. Then Johnny and I kind of broke off. We went up in this building, and we were kind of looking around rooms, and I went into a separate room from where Johnny went, and I heard a shotgun blast, and I was like, holy shit, what the fuck was that? And all I heard was like a shotgun and yelling and screaming, and I was like, shit, what is going on? And I was terrified, because I had a bow and arrow,
Yeah.
and it's pretty choppy. I mean, it's an alpha
Yeah.
at best, you could call it an alpha state.
Yeah.
So like the aiming is pretty bad.
It's hard.
Yeah, so I had a bow and arrow, and Johnny sent me a message and told me to go into the room he went into and to kill the guy because he was low on health. So I went in there, and I tried to bum rush him with a branch and tried to beat him over the head with it. Didn't go my way. He blew me away with the shotgun.
I was going to say shotgun beats branch.
Right. So what he had done is him and I guess a friend of his had set up a flare in like a 3rd-story window for people to just like walk into, and when they came in, they'd just shoot them with a shotgun, which is brilliant. And
so
they would,
sad.
yeah, they'd just take their stuff. But that was fun. It was a good time. Even though I spent my whole fucking time on there trying to find the city and then lost, it was still pretty cool. Like,
as Eric said, that this game is sort of like a baseball game. There will be 6-7 innings where you're finding your friends and nothing's really happening, but like when you finally do, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, I mean, when something awesome happens, it's great. I find it. I don't know. I don't want to say that Ryan kind of was down on No Man's Sky, but it sounded maybe a little bit.
He's about where I'm at with it.
And kind of up on H1Z1. Where I guess I'm kind of, if I had put a gun to my head, I'd be the opposite. Yeah. I mean, if anything, I feel like No Man's Sky is going to have far more for you to look at in terms of just like graphics. And I realize H1Z1 is in alpha form, so it's graphically pretty bad right now.
I mean, the graphics don't bother me, but the only thing I have an issue with in H1Z1 is looting. There's literally nothing, and I realize that's the point of the game, but like the spawn rates, like I never know when they are, and like people take everything before I even can. So like my life consists of me living 20 minutes and then dying from starvation or thirst.
People are assholes.
And they are, yeah.
They see you, they kill you.
I was one of them. Me and Johnny found somebody the first time.
You have to be.
And we didn't have mics in yet. And then the guy came up, he's like, "Hi, guys, you look cool." And me and Johnny both looked at him.
Beating him.
And we just started beating him with our fists until he died.
Well, you have to. You literally have to, because you don't know. People will just turn on you.
Yeah.
Like that.
Because they'll act friendly, and then when they have you vulnerable, they'll kill you.
But Ryan was right. The player interaction is really funny. And I found some really funny videos. I think Riz suggested a streamer to me last week that I started watching, and man, he's really good. Like, it gives me an appreciation for people that are good at streaming video games and that are clever and do clever things inside a game like H1Z1. Like, God, and I wish I could remember his name. I think it's Bikest Man.
Minji.
Bikest Man on YouTube. If you look it up, he's got some really good ones. One was of him selling shacks. There was 3 shacks that happened to be in the same area, and he was playing like a real estate salesman with this guy. And I don't think the guy had any idea that he was joking. And I was hoping that at the end that he gave him money. But you should watch that video. That one was really good. And he watched another one that was called, well, that took an unexpected turn or something like that. That was really funny. I really liked that video, but it's just. Go ahead, Will.
I wanted to read 2 Steam reviews of this game that I found that I thought were hilarious, but they kind of encapsulate the game and its player interaction. Like, the first one says, "I offered to fistfight a guy for a can of peaches. 12 people gathered around to watch us beat the crap out of each other."
I read that review.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then the other one is, "I see a guy. He wants to be my friend. We travel for an hour together. He went to a random hill. He said he loves me and jumped to his death. I whispered, 'I love you too,' and I jumped to mine. 10 out of 10 would play."
Yeah. I love those reviews where people are like, something stupid happens, would do again.
Yeah, would do again.
Yeah, I love that. And that's what kind of game that is. Like, you could have a super boring time, but the next time you play, it could be awesome.
Yeah.
Just solely based on your interaction with other people.
Yeah.
And I know that No Man's Sky is different in the fact that you're not going to have a lot of interaction with other people. But I feel like
at first.
Right, at least not at first. But the thing with No Man's Sky is it's going to have a lot more to look at as far as environments that you're in.
And about the make your own fun thing, like, I'm not comparing No Man's Sky and Minecraft, but Minecraft is a completely like a make your own fun sort of game to me. So like, if people do that with Minecraft so easily, I feel like No Man's Sky you should be able to.
Yeah, but Minecraft is building.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And
that's
things like
true.
that, and being creative, where No Man's Sky, everything's built for you already, and you just have to explore it and like.
It's more action-y, which will get me. With Minecraft, I get pretty bored.
Yeah, I am not a creative enough mind
Yeah.
to go into Minecraft and have a good time.
So yeah,
for any length of time.
Same here. So I feel like this more make your own fun with action-y sort of things would be easier for other people.
And just the like mystery of being in outer space and seeing what's on any planet and knowing that maybe you're the only person that possibly could ever go to said planet.
Yeah.
I think it's cool to me, and I know it may not appeal to everybody, and it may not sound like that will be cool forever, but I think that I would get my money's worth out of that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they're different kinds of games, but yeah.
We just hope it's good. That's pretty much.
Yeah, like I said last week, I hope that it's what I like.
Yeah.
I don't care what anybody else thinks. I hope I like it.
Yeah.
And it's probably what's going to matter because
Yeah.
you're probably going to be alone the whole game.
Right. So, yeah. I don't know. No Man's Sky, still pumped for it, and no matter what. H1Z1, yeah, it's fun. I had a couple more good experiences and a couple more shitty experiences. People are fucking assholes on
Yeah.
They really
So,
are.
Yeah,
Give me your can of tuna.
yeah. I mean, 9 times out of 10, they're gonna just try to kill you without saying anything.
Your can of tuna.
And I just scream, "Why? Leave me alone!"
Why?
Yeah, like just fucking leave me alone.
I very clearly have nothing.
Yeah,
Because they can. That's why. That's how you know.
And that's honestly the main problem with those games.
Just because they can.
Just people that just want to kill you. And I realize if there was an actual zombie apocalypse, that would probably happen.
Let me read through this.
That's the thing. Yeah.
Finally, one of my best buddies and I started doing a video game-based podcast-style videos on YouTube. They're more in the vein of a review style, quick impression videos. Don't worry, we aren't hating or crouching on your space, but rather maybe some of the listeners or yourselves might want to check it out after your podcast. You should have given us the name, Ryan. We would have plugged it for you.
Yeah,
It's on there.
Yeah, is it?
Oh, it is? But we just need a little bump in feedback since we are just starting off new. And maybe if one of you and the usual listeners could help us out with some feedback, that would be awesome. Honestly, my buddy had the idea and the equipment, but I wanted to charge headstrong into the venture because how much I love video games. But truly, I would be lying to myself and everyone listening if I didn't mention that your podcast has helped me and motivated me and gave me the initial practice I needed by the countless voicemails I have left you and has really bumped up my confidence. Totally, dude. Like that's us. You know, it's us in a nutshell. You know, like
Totally.
we really
You just
appreciate
start.
it. Yeah, you just do it.
Yep, you
and
just do it.
You make the most of it, and you keep pushing it out everybody and telling them to fucking listen. And 90% of the people don't, but the 10% that do, you make the most of it.
Yeah,
and you go from there.
even if people don't, like, whatever.
Yeah,
If you enjoy doing it, who the fuck cares?
totally.
Where are you worse off? No,
Yes.
you're in the same spot you were at.
Right,
Don't do it
exactly.
if you don't enjoy it.
Exactly.
I think is important.
It's like asking a girl out on a date. If she says no, you're where you were before.
Yeah,
Fuck
you
it.
didn't lose anything.
If she says yes, great.
Yeah.
yeah.
Good job.
For Will, I know the stress and nervousness you have talked about with just doing those YouTube videos. And this time my awkwardness you feel and just how you got to get yourself to work past all those crap feelings and put out a good video. So thank you for indirectly helping me to sack up and try some different video game content of my own. To find our video content, just go to Twitter and find us at Convoluted Cube, or the actual videos are on YouTube at Convoluted Cube channel. Our newest video will be about Saints Row 4, Reflected, and the Saints Row standalone Gat Out of Hell, which isn't
That's out.
reviewing well.
No.
It's pretty average from what I
Pretty
hear.
average.
Yeah.
I'm still curious, though. I'm curious.
I'll play it.
Yeah.
It's probably decent.
Thanks again for the mention and indirect confidence boost you all gave me. Totally. I'm one of those people who totally believes in, making your own happiness.
Yeah,
So
definitely.
Yeah.
keep working towards it. It's going to take a lot of work. And I hope you do a lot better than we do. In general. Oh, the one last thing. Corey, we all got to give you a big applause for just packing up and moving your whole life and leaving some good friends and a nice job. I've had to do that in a previous life, and the scary and nerve-wracking factor is always at 11 on that one. But please hit me back up with your new address since I have some housewarming gifts for you, and maybe one or two you can personally hand-deliver to Dan for his accomplishments on the new studio. New studio is great, Dan.
Speaking of the new studio, I have the pictures from like when I was putting it together, and I still have to put them into a blog post.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's way better. Let me tell
Beautiful.
I like how the posters are.
you. I got to nail that one in because those push pins do not go into that wall.
That
very
board
well.
is hard, man.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
Ryan, I'll totally take the props for packing up and moving on because I'm starting to second guess myself. Maybe I
you
made
are.
some bad decisions.
No, you didn't.
But here I am, and I've always said over and over again is life is cruel. All we are is shadows and dust, as they say in the Gladiator movie. And life is kind of cruel for the most part, you know, because all we are is we're just iterations of, you know,
Corey,
the galaxy as a whole, right? Like we're just a cruel impression, and sentience is depressing.
Here's how you sum it up.
Yeah.
Just go watch Derek.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, totally. Derek really does a really good job of summing up.
Brings life into perspective with the
whole.
things that are important.
Yeah.
And there's only really a couple things in life.
There's
that are
really not
important.
too many.
There's not.
That's what I'm getting at. Is life is very cruel. It's a cruel joke for most people, and you just kind of got to make the most of it. And that's what I'm trying to do. Successful or unsuccessful doesn't really matter.
Who's to say, really?
Nobody's gonna remember.
How are you successful?
What I'm
How are
doing.
you unsuccessful?
Exactly.
You've got a nice girlfriend that loves you. You got a great family. You got friends.
That's pushing it.
Which part?
All of it. But anyway.
Well, I'll tell you what. I like your family, regardless of how you feel.
Regardless of all of that, life is cruel for the most part. So I appreciate the props for doing what I did. It was difficult for me, and it's still difficult. We'll see where I end up.
Yeah, I applaud your bravery. That's a tough thing to just move on from, you know.
Yeah, it's tough. I lost the rest of Ryan's email. I can't find it.
I want me to read the last. There's only like two
It's
sentences
like
left.
one paragraph, please.
Thanks for letting me rant and rave and feedback you to death, but it's been a slow day at work, and well, I can write random emails thanks to my employer. LOL. Sorry, Eric. Don't be too jealous. Thanks again for the shout out, and always thanks for a great free show, Ryan in Iowa. So thanks, Ryan.
Yeah, thank you.
Okay.
Impressive.
Yeah, that's long. That's more than I've written in years.
6 years. That was a novel. That was a novella.
Novella. All right, question of the week. Take it away, Corey.
Oh my God, I don't even remember.
You had a little bit much to drink.
That's not true. I'm fine.
I can drive. Give me the keys.
I can drive. I can drive. Yeah, I'll drive home. No, it's fine. Do what? What?
What do you want to do?
I'll drive. No, I got it. I actually have the question of the week. If you could have any business, local or franchise, sell video games, what business would it be and why?
Now, can I play the video games at this franchise too, or do they only just sell them?
Sell it.
Yeah,
You can get what you want.
You go to whatever this establishment is. You pick up whatever you'd usually get at this establishment and whatever video game you'd be picking up.
Easy.
Yeah, easy for me too. So question of the week answers first from Travis, who says, so if I could have any business start selling video games, it would definitely be McDonald's because my wife is an award-winning GM there. She could bring me games home along with my double quarter pounder with bacon meal. Sigh, just another reason I'm on Team Fat.
You lucky bastard.
That's a great combo right there.
That is a great
Sounds
combo.
amazing. Mine is along those lines. I went Subway.
Oh,
Boy, do I just love me an Italian big meat trio. And if I could pick up my video game while I go get my sub at Subway, I'd be picking shit.
Uh-huh.
You know?
Yeah.
So that's mine.
Mine's similar to yours and Travis's. It would be. I know Corey put this is the photo that Corey picked, but it would be Dunkin' Donuts. Dunkin' Donuts is the only place I ever go nowadays.
Yeah.
So it'd be nice to go through and get my coffee. Or coffee sometimes I order too, and get
Dying Light.
Well, I was gonna say my digital code for Dying Light because I wouldn't be actually
You wouldn't be getting the hard
picking up the
copy.
game. I'd be picking up the digital code for the game.
That would
Or
be a
Steam-
second for me.
a Steam
Dunkin'
card,
Donuts.
a Steam card. You know that
Yeah.
would work too. So that's the only place I ever go.
Yeah, sure.
I want to know what Will's is. That's what I'm.
The gym.
I'm bi-curious.
The Murtha family residence.
That's not a business.
Oh, it's a business.
Fortunatos.
Eh.
Cardinal
Dollar
Cafe.
I honestly,
Dollar General.
I had honestly forgotten about this question
The
until
laundromat.
just now.
The Newark Valley Laundromat.
I mean, I don't really like going to any of the stores in Newark Valley at all
All right.
because they're all. I mean, you guys all live there. I mean, you've seen them. So yeah, no, I go to Endwell, so somewhere in Endwell.
Subway.
Subway.
Mondo's Pube Palace.
Oh yeah. Thought about swinging over there the other day.
I miss the old S&M Deli. I haven't been there in a while.
I went there.
It's down the
Get a
street.
couple slices in a pocket.
Yeah.
Call it a day.
I went there a few weeks ago. I got a pint of the homemade mac
All right.
and an Italian sub.
Oh.
Ooh.
God, is that place cheap?
Yeah.
Holy shit,
yeah.
man! I got all that for like $5.
Yep. Yeah.
It was good.
Those fucking deals.
Yeah,
It's good stuff right there.
but
Idaho Jake says, I would like to see Samsung sell games and accessories because I think they could make their own durable accessories.
Oh, if Samsung started making gaming shit, forget about it.
Yeah.
Game over. Right?
Yeah, because they already have like a huge smartphone market, and
They make good products.
They really
Yeah.
do.
Good, solid.
they to me they have the best TVs right now.
Yeah.
Best TVs
I'll buy
going.
that. Sure.
Pricey.
Sony has great TVs, but they're also twice as much as Samsung TVs. So
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go with Samsung.
Yeah. Okay.
Any day of the week.
Corey.
I don't know.
it was your question.
Yeah, I never have good answers for my questions. I don't know.
Well, for you it would be Aldi's because that's where you go, right?
Your new spot.
I've only been to Aldi once.
It's your spot, though, Corey.
I mean, Subway's right across the street, but
Subway's the big winner tonight.
maybe the public library. They have video games there.
All right.
That'd be kind
That'd
of
be cool.
They got
Okay.
free coffee.
You go to the library, buy a game,
Pick up a book.
get a cup of
Cup
coffee.
of coffee. Game. Yeah, that's a good afternoon.
That's a great afternoon. The library, the local library. That's
All right.
great. Good job, Eric.
Very nice.
Well, I mean, it was your idea. I just helped you develop it.
Brought it out of me.
All right.
Question of the week for next week, Corey.
I don't have a good one. I'm sorry, guys.
It's fine.
That's okay.
I've been trying. Like, it's harder than you think to come up with a
No.
good
No.
question of the week.
Corey,
Totally understand.
we know.
Yeah. But this is what I came up with. One of these 3 games has to be erased from time.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Which game is it? Mario 64, Final Fantasy 7, or Ocarina of Time?
That's an easy one.
Oh Jesus.
That's a fucking easy one.
That's impossible.
Tito says he sent feedback in an email. Let me have a look.
Did it get chewed up into the email wormhole?
Did I put it in there, Daniel?
I just got the 4 in February one on the list.
All right, let me just have a look real quick. Just
Once again, Eric apologized because he was drunk when he was
Drunk.
compiling feedback.
You know, I'm undoing my shoes as we speak.
Corey, that's a good question.
You seem to have a pretty quick answer.
You know which one I'm gonna pick.
I know which
Okay,
one.
so-
I know which one you're gonna pick too.
Can you pick that though? I think I would pick that.
Wow.
Oh.
You're
Yeah?
not going to pick Ocarina
Well, we'll
of
talk
Time,
about it
the
next
game
week.
that you've played 60 hours worth but not ever beaten.
You can't get rid of that though. Like you can get rid of. I guess
We
we'll talk
should
about
do
it
it for
next
this week.
but-
So yeah, to reiterate, if you could get rid of one game
Oh,
from time,
And
Mar-
not even you're not just deleting that game. You're deleting the game that
The
game
impact.
influences. Yeah,
Yeah.
the impact of that game. On,
Okay, so-
future generations.
Mario 64.
Mario 64, Final Fantasy 7, and Ocarina of Time.
Okay.
Which one are you choosing to delete from time?
Okay, I see your future argument then.
Yeah,
Definitely
plays
do.
into it
doesn't
a
change
little
my
bit.
answer.
I think it changes my
Tito's answered a question of the week this past week. You might already be able to do this, but buy games at movie theaters with the option of renting a theater room out so you can play games on a giant screen with friends and movie seating. Imagine 2 hours of Smash Brothers with friends inside a movie theater on a giant screen.
That would be fantastic.
That would be unbelievable.
That'd be great. Halo.
One of my
Sounds
friends.
like Will's wet dream.
One of my
I'd-
friends has a projector that he plays video games on.
Nice.
I want that.
That's cool.
Similar, but
Yeah, that's
It's a great idea.
Good times.
I would do it.
okay.
Halo
Halo.
in the theater.
What are we playing? A little CTF on capture?
It's not the Master Chief Collection.
Sidewinder?
Master Chief
I'm
Collection
in.
didn't work though.
I'm in.
Well, no, it would just go back to the old days with the regular old game.
Yeah.
Good.
Back
Does
when it
that
was
work?
real.
On
Worked well.
Xbox with the giant
Yeah, do
freaking
you guys
Xbox controller.
Do you guys remember when they like put out a video game and it just worked and you could just play it and have fun with it?
That was weird.
You didn't have to
Remember
sign up for anything?
That's
Oh, we
weird.
didn't talk
No.
about Don't Starve Together.
We still have that nowadays.
Will and I didn't
Nintendo.
talk about Don't Starve together, which we played.
Do you want to talk about it now? We got a few minutes.
We can wait till next week.
Yeah, let's wait till next week. Maybe
Okay.
we can play more of it.
Yeah.
Is that only 2-player?
It's like 8-player.
You can play it with up to 8 other people.
I'd have to buy it.
That's awesome.
It's like $5 if you own the game on
If you
Steam.
don't
you
own it.
Oh, you don't. That's right.
I own it on PlayStation.
That's right.
Maybe I can buy it for you.
For $5.
For $5.
Maybe we can work that out.
I'll check it out. Because that's how I got it for Will. That's why I got it for his birthday.
Okay.
Yeah, and I've been saying let's play it for weeks, and we hadn't until now.
Next week's episode will be a full episode on Dying Light. Some of us may have it beaten, but we'll have more well-rounded opinions on it after having spent more time with it. Obviously, today you just got our early opinions on it based on the first 4 or 5, 6 maybe hours altogether. So full episode on it next week, and then we'll also probably be talking about our 4 and February games, right?
Yeah, for sure. I'm gonna have to get started.
Yeah, I should probably get started right away too.
God, I gotta beat Dying Light immediately.
I gotta be Inquisition.
I'd hate to put it on the back burner.
Man, I'm gonna keep playing it even during 4 and February.
Well, the one bonus that I have is that Brothers is only 3 hours, so I
Oh,
can
there
just
you go.
knock that out.
Yeah.
The one boon.
Yeah, and kind of spend a little time that I may have put into that game, and put that into Dying Light.
Gotcha. All right. Yeah, not sure exactly when we're going to be recording next week, but we'll keep you posted. We'll try and let you know a few days ahead of time, and then of course the post about the episode will be the actual day that we record next week. So that'll do it for episode 184 of the Thumbstick Athletes podcast. I'm your host, Dan.
I'm Eric.
Will.
I'm Corey.
Thanks for listening, and get out of my basement. All right.
Ah, thank